Okay, guys, you remember that I mentioned that the hydraulic circuit is pretty similar to the electrical circuit, no? In the hydraulic circuit, in comparison with the electrical, in the electrical, the source of power is the battery or the short power, no? If short power, if it's AC, or battery, if it's DC. In electrical circuits, you open and close the circuit with the breaker, no? The interrupter, the breaker. And the load is light, motors, this is load or resistance. And you can increment, you can increase or decrease the resistance with a potentiometer. You remember? More resistance or less resistance. Yeah, and you reduce the flow of electrons. In hydraulic, it's exactly the same. Okay. In our example, we calculate that we need a motor of 6 kilowatts, and we need a pump of 450 psi and 35 gallons. No? Okay, you enter in the catalog or you visit any hydraulic supply in your city, in your country, and in all the countries you have a hydraulic places for hydraulics. No? They sell the pumps, they sell the regulators, the pressure regulators, they say the dividers for the flow to design the hydraulic circuit. Here in the United States, in Fort Lauderdale, you have, for example, hydraulic supply. In hydraulic supply, they sell the pumps, they sell everything for hydraulics. In our case, this is the pump, guys. This is the electric motor. In this particular case, it's a double phase motor. This is the pump. It looks small, but this is a pump with a great capacity. And after that, you have a filter and you have the reservoir tank. The filter to keep the fluid clean, no? Is good idea. All right, this is the motor, this is the pump, this is the filter, and this is the reservoir. When the pump is pumping, suction the fluid from the tank and pump it into the system. Exactly the same like in electrical circuit. You remember that after the battery, you have the positive bus bar. And after the load, you have the return with the negative bus bar. You remember that in the electrical circuit? You have the positive supply and the return suction. Okay, in this particular case, the output of the pump enters in the supply manifold. And this is the return manifold or negative bus bar. And you have different equipment. You have actuators for the garage door, actuator for the pasarela, different actuators. And you have motor, hydraulic motor for bow thruster. That motor spins in one direction or other direction. And you have, because in each equipment, you remember in the board, the garage door only needs 150 psi. In total, I need 500 psi. But for that actuator, I only need 150. And look at this. This one, the capacity of this pump is 1000 psi. But I have regulators that in the output they have 400 psi. In the output they have 500 or 300. Or I have regulator like this that I calibrate the pressure here, and the output will be 300 or 200. Yeah, I regulate the pressure with my hand. Pressure regulators. And I have, you remember, the body of valves with the 3 positions, neutral in the middle, this one for right side and the other one for left side. You remember that? Oh, look at the valve, and this is neutral, right side, left side. You see? This one is with manual actuator. The other one is with solenoid. You remember? This one is manual, and I have other individual. Look at this. The fluid from the supply manifold enter here, and the fluid for the return here. And I have here this one connected to the actuator and this one connected to the actuator. And that's it. It's simple. We are going to do connection. For example, I want to connect this actuator and I want to connect the bow thruster. Okay, let me explain the procedure. I am going to connect from the supply manifold. From the supply manifold, I am going to enter here in this valve. This valve is double, no? Double valve. This is individual. This one have an inconvenience, is working only in one direction. Okay, and the return, this is the supply, and I am going to connect the return. Okay, that one for the return. And this one to the return here. And now I am going to connect this and this for one of the actuators. Ready? That one on top. Okay, this one for here, the actuator, and the other one in the bottom. Of course, in your boat, you do permanent connections. Let me check if the actuator is working. Nice, no? The actuator down, the actuator up. Okay. Let me connect the bow thruster. I want to integrate in this central hydraulic unit all the equipment with the other actuator. And the other one. Here. And here. Oh, nice. Let me check. I have bow thruster, hydraulic. I have pasarela. I have a, yeah, bam, bam. I can connect all of if I have more of this. Okay, guys, look at this. You remember in electrical panels when we connect the voltmeter and the ammeter? You remember that? How you connect the voltmeter? You remember? In parallel. And how you connect the ammeter? You separate the cable and you insert in series. No? Ah, okay. I want to connect my voltmeter here. What is the voltmeter in hydraulic? Volt.
Flow meter.
Pressure. Okay. Pressure. And the flow. Okay? Flow, gallons per minute, amps per hour, no? Is flow. And pressure is the voltmeter. Okay, look at this. I have pressure here, and I have flow meter. Ah, okay, pay attention. This is the supply, yellow. That one, this is the supply. I am going to pass the supply. For this one, and after that enter here. And I install the ammeter, flow meter in series. And I install that one. Now, the flow meter is connected here, and the pressure is in parallel. The pressure is here in the middle. Okay, now I have pressure and flow. Oh, nice. I have the pressure. I have this is 3,000, is 1,500. And this is the flow. In this moment I have 20 liters per minute. What is the flow of this actuator? It's 20. And what is the pressure and flow? You see? Oh, now I have flow meter and pressure connected in the series. And I can connect all the equipment that I wanted because I have 1,500 psi in that equipment.